Hi Internet, I'm alive and I'm well, but I want to vent to you a little bit of a frustration today that's not related to Roblox that has been going on in my personal life for the past 2 months that you have not known about whatsoever. I almost got sued. Like, unironically, actually almost got sued legally. And I've never talked about this publicly, I've never mentioned anything about this at all, and the reasons behind this is because I simply did not want to bring publicity towards the situation. So now the question probably inlines, why are you doing it now then, you absolute hypocrite Kaneko kitten? Well, as of today, the claim has finally been closed, and I can talk about it as much as I want to. So ladies and gentlemen, let me take you away from Roblox for a short moment to give you a small introspect of my personal life of how I almost got sued and lost a lot of money. Make sure to leave a like on this video because this has seriously been eating me up inside for like the past 2 months, and I'm just genuinely glad that it's over. Like seriously, I'm so done, dude. So around 2 months ago or so, I had published a video talking about this situation, specifically about how I got in a car crash. And what happened in this car crash was that I was turning, I think, left onto a specific area, and the other person was coming straight. He came out of literally nowhere, and we both collided head-on at 40 miles per hour, just like that. I have pictures of this car accident still available, and I really miss my old Corolla. Looking at these pictures make me really sad. Big correction, it was actually like 25 or 30. It was not 40. And I gotta say, dude, it hurt. Not severely. Neither of us were really injured from the accident, fortunately. We both got out of our cars perfectly fine. We walked around. We made sure we were okay. We got our insurance, and we settled with that, and we just kind of towed our cars and moved on from there. Neither of us were injured initially from the accident. And after this happened, I came home and made my own video talking about my experience of the car crash because a lot of people were talking about it, and people were very concerned for my safety and my well-being. So I made that video to update people that I was okay, I was perfectly fine, and I was breathing and living, you know? So after this car accident, I was liable for it, and since I have a lot of younger people that watch my stuff, I need to explain this terminology for a moment. What happens when you are liable for a car accident, it means that you are at fault for the accident, meaning that your insurance has to pay up to the other person for the damages that you have done to them. Basically, me turning into that lane and not seeing the other car coming got me a failure to yield with this, and thus is what made me liable for the accident. So I thought to myself, okay, no problem. I have fairly good insurance coverage. I mean, nothing really bad should come from this. So, I mean, his car, fortunately, was not that expensive. Like, if I was hitting, like, a Tesla, or if I hit, like, a Ferrari or something, then I'd be a little bit stressed right now and probably homeless and not making this video. So what happened is that my insurance paid the guy, I think, about $4,000 for his car, and then in return, wanted to give him $6,000 for personal injury. Now, I have no idea how injured the guy was from the accident. I'm gonna play benefit of the doubt with this one, because, you know, sometimes injuries pop up a little bit after the accident. It just happens like that, and you gotta give people benefit of the doubt, you know? Or at least, they tried to pay him $6,000. Oh no. He wanted more than that. He wanted more than the $6,000 that my insurance was graciously offering to give him. He wanted 10,000 extra dollars from me. And I'm just like, no? No? So he wanted the $6,000 that my insurance was offering on top of 10,000 extra dollars that was happening with this. So in total, he wanted 16,000 USD for this accident that occurred. Once again, let me remind you that this accident was not like an incredibly severe one. Like, yes, both of our cars got severely messed up by it, but that's just kind of the nature of front-end collisions, man. Like, once you hit the engine, it's very difficult to repair the frame and the engine. But on top of that, it's just like, it wasn't even that bad of an accident. Like, both of us walked away from it perfectly fine. Both of us declined ambulance rides when the ambulance came. We both signed off on it as perfectly okay. So I don't know what happened. So my insurance declines this and doesn't want to give him 10,000 extra dollars without a doctor's note or anything. So he decides to hire an attorney to handle the case, which is just oh so fun. Which means that because he hired an attorney, it means that I could potentially be getting a letter any day of being sued by this guy wanting money and wanting me to come to court for the accident, which had this basically going over my head for the past 2 months every single day and night. Now, the thing that I do not know and will not know to this day is if he was just faking an injury or if he was just truly trying to just milk the situation, just trying to get as much money as he possibly could from me, or if the guy had genuine injuries going on here. I don't know, which is why I was playing devil's advocate with this whole thing. But the reason why I was incredibly skeptical is because this kind of practice happens all the time with car accidents, and people see car accidents or any type of thing like this as a way to get a big check from people's insurance companies. Like, the guy could have absolutely just faked an injury and gone doctor shopping, which is a terminology to get a fake note or fake advice from a doctor that's been paid off to tell you what they want you to hear, which is a true practice that goes on with these kind of things. And my mom, obviously being my mother, was panicking about this entire thing too, wondering if I was going to have to end up going to court over a situation like this. So we both just patiently waited the situation out to see what would happen next, because we really had no idea what would go on, and everything was just like dead silent for an entire month, which has made me have like several panic attacks and mental breakdowns multiple different nights in a row, because I genuinely did not want to have this overhanging my head for a long period of time. Like, for the next 3 years of my life, I did not want to be dealing with this stupid car accident claim, okay? Then, finally, God bless, the good news came. When the good book calls, they finally give me the good news. Apparently, after this entire thing going down for 2 months solid, and this guy hiring an attorney, wanting more money from me, 10,000 extra dollars on top of this, he finally accepted the $6,000 that my insurance offered him, and the case has been closed. I no longer have to deal with this. I no longer have to deal with the thought of being potentially sued by a person. It's gone. It's officially over with. It is done! And in the back of my mind, I'm just like, yes, God bless, but at the same time, I'm like, why didn't you just accept the $6,000 in the first place, you dunce? Like, you could have done this 2 months ago before putting me through several mental breakdowns and several panic attacks, you idiot! Like, it all just seemed to be rendered completely pointless in a genuine and honest waste of my time and stress. But I gotta say, though, in my situation, I'm definitely one of the lucky ones, though. There are people that are out there that would have absolutely milked a situation like this, potentially faked an injury to get more money from insurance. This kind of practice happens all the time in America, and all the time in many other different countries. People will try to scam insurance or fake insurance claims to get more money. Once again, I'm not proclaiming that the dude was faking it whatsoever, but it also just seems incredibly shady to, like, want $10,000 extra from me, and then 2 months later just decide, I'll just take the $6,000, whatever. But the point that I have to make is that the system sucks, and that people try to abuse this kind of thing all the time, and I almost had something like this happen to me. Unfortunately, it is finally over and done with, and I can get back to my boring modern life. And I gotta say, though, that the purgatory of not having a car after an accident was probably, like, the worst thing about it, because, like, for about a month, I didn't have a car, and I had been driving for about the past 3 years of my life. And for the older people out there that are watching my content, when you go from having a vehicle to not having a vehicle anymore, it is, like, genuinely the worst culture shock and transition you can possibly have. Like, I'm so used to driving myself around and getting around everywhere and, you know, going to get food, hanging out with friends, but instead I had to, like, Uber places or get Uber Eats when I was hungry. It was really bad and really depressing, honestly, and it put me back into a really bad, unfortunate slump that I just really wanted to get out of. I felt like I had my adulthood kind of stripped away from me, you know? Like, I felt like I was like a 14-year-old again with no vehicle or mean of transportation, and it just, I don't know, man. I don't want to go back to that kind of thing ever again, but everything's good now. I have a vehicle again. I got a Jeep last month, and it's been working great for me. But yeah, that is the long, lengthy, and excessive story about how Kaneko Kitten almost got sued and almost lost a lot of money from a situation that almost got way out of hand. And I wanted to keep you guys informed about it because I like being real on this channel to my audience, and, you know, some of the stuff that I've been going through personally, everything's good now. I promise. promise, I'm living, I'm fine, I'm no longer stressed out anymore. Anyway, let me know what you think about this big old story down in the comment sections below. I genuinely hope that I never have to go through something like this in life ever again, but we'll see. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like on it, subscribe, and check out my other Roblox content, because I make Roblox videos pretty much every single day, and you may find one or two of them enjoyable. But until next time, folks, I am Kaneko Kitten, and I will hopefully see you guys and girls tomorrow in another Roblox video as per usual. See you folks later, and until next time, peace.